Welcome back, guys, to another driver rating video. This is for the 2024 Miami Grand Prix. Sorry for being a bit late, but enjoy either way. Let's start off with Logan Sargent as usual. Started the sprint 19th, finished it 10th. Started the main race 17th, and did not finish. 3 out of 10 for Sargent. I think this is a pretty low score for him, actually. The sprint was rather good for him. However, both qualies were bad. He got knocked out in Q1 for both. But in the race, it wasn't his fault for the crash. It was more of Magnussen's. We now move on to Albon. Started sprint 14th, finished 18th. Started the main race 20th, finished 13th. 2.5 out of 10. I don't think he started the main race 20th. I think there's a problem there. But anyway, he seems to have done worse than Sargent this week. Therefore, a lower grade for him makes sense. Moving on to Kevin Magnussen, the one that gave us a lot of enjoyment. Started the sprint 14th, finished it 18th. Started the sprint 18th, finished it 19th. 2.5 out of 10. Not a good weekend, I would say, but he provided a lot of good racing. He also saw annoying Lewis a lot, which was very funny to watch. But I'm pretty sure he has a lot of penalty points at this point. And by the way, the editing is after, and he has 11 penalty points. Next up, Hülkenberg. Started the sprint 11th, finished it 9th. Started the main race 10th, finished 7th. 7 out of 10. Very good weekend, I say. He made it to Q3 in both sessions. I think I mixed up the sprint starting grid and sprint results. Next up, Daniel Ricciardo. Started the sprint 4th, finished it same place. Started 20th in the main race and finished it 15th. 6.5 out of 10. Honestly, I think could have been 8. I think I was not that lenient. It was a very good sprint for him though. He even defended off Sainz in a quicker Ferrari to secure 4th. But in the main race, he qualified further back and couldn't get past traffic and didn't finish in the points. Yuki Tsunoda now. I think this one I also wasn't being too generous. It's being quite picky. Started the sprint 15th, finished 8th. Started the main race 10th, finished 7th. 8.5 out of 10. I think it could have been a 9 or 9 out of 9.5. But okay. Impressive weekend, I guess. He scored points in both races. And in the feature race, he even beat a Mercedes. Next driver on the list is Zhou Guanyu. Started the sprint 17th, finished it 11th. Started the main race 19th, finished 14th. I give Zhou a 4 out of 10. I think it could have been better, but it was rather boring for him. He got knocked out in the first session of both qualifying sessions, which is a shame. But considering he beat Bottas, and it's not that bad considering Bottas is very talented driver. Now, speaking of the man himself, Valtteri Bottas. He starts the sprint 19th, finished the sprint 14th, started 16th and finished it 16th. I have gone for a 3 out of 10. Sorry for it being so small. There was some problems with the font. Zhou Guanyu even beat him in the race this week, which, yes, I mentioned that in the previous slide. And I did predict him as biggest good surprise around here. It should suit him, but he didn't perform up to expectations. But he somehow did get 12% of the vote for driver of the day though. Like, what did he do? How? Now we move on to Esteban Ocon. Started sprint 13th, finished it 15th. Started the main race 13th, finished 10th. 8 out of 10 for Ocon. He helped Alpine score their first points this year. Commendable effort in an Alpine, I would say. Now we move on to his teammate Pierre Gasly. Started the sprint 16th, finished it 9th. Started the main race 12th, finished 12th. I've gone for 6.5 out of 10. Could argue it's a 7, but okay. He had a rather good sprint, almost finishing at the points in the sprint, just 1 place away from the points. Considering that only 8 cars in the sprint score points, and there are 5 teams which have 2 drivers each, coming 9th place is actually quite a huge accomplishment. Now moving on to the Aston Martin, starting with Lance Stroll. He starts the sprint 7th, finished it... Okay, he didn't finish it. Started the race 11th, finished it 17th with penalty. 2.5 out of 10, you could even say it's a 2 or less. He actually outqualified Alonso though, which is worth commending in both sessions. But in the races, he was pretty much nowhere. In the sprint, he lacked awareness, gave Alonso damage, and put Norris and himself out of the race. But I wouldn't say it's entirely his fault. It's shared between, I think, Hamilton, Alonso, and his fault. Maybe Norris, you can argue. Next, as mentioned, the other Aston Martin driver, Fernando Alonso, started the sprint 8th, finished it 17th because of a front wing change. Not front wing, he got damage. Started 15th in the main race and finished in the points 9th. 6 out of 10, he was outqualified by Stroll surprisingly, which is not good for Alonso. But in the sprint, it was Hamilton and Stroll's fault, giving him damage. But he's not entirely faultless though. From the main race, it was a good race from P15 to P9. Impressive drop from him. They are followed by the two McLarens, starting with Oscar Piastri. Starts the sprint 6th, finishes the sprint 6 as well. Starts the main race 6th, finished it 13th. 6.5 out of 10. This is honestly a very low grade. I think this could be a 9. Actually, I'll change the grade to an 8. He's quite consistent, 6 in everything but the main race. In the main race, he was challenging Verstappen for the lead in the first half, but he dropped off in the second half because of a safety car No, not safety car. Because he got damaged because of Carlos, yeah. Then he was trying to overtake cars, dive bombing him everywhere. And next up, Lando Norris, the next McLaren driver, as promised. Starts the sprint 9th, finished DNF. Starts the main race 5th, finished winning the race. His first race win, guys. 10 out of 10 effort for him. Lando's first win after 110 race starts. It's a very nice executed race for him. The safety car was also in favour of him. George Russell's up next. Starts the sprint 11th, finishes it 12th. Starts the main race 7th, finished in 8th. 6.5 out of 10 for Russell. Not the best weekend for him. Not much I can really say, because there wasn't much on board with him. Lewis Hamilton up next. Starts the sprint 12th, finished at 16th because of penalties. Started the main race 8th, finished at 6th. 7.5 out of 10. Finally, Hamilton beat Russell. And he was in the top 6, where I didn't expect him to be. Started in sprint 5th, finished sprint. Carlos Sainz was referring to, by the way. Starts the main race 3rd, finished 5th as well. 8 out of 10 for Carlos. Consistent again. A lot of 5th places except the starting grid for the main race. Yeah. And rather fast, but he made contact with Piastri the main race because he lost control of the car. And before that, he was begging McLaren to ask Piastri to let him by. If not, Piastri will get a penalty, which in the end he didn't. He lost control of the car and hit Piastri afterwards. Charles Leclerc up next, the next Ferrari driver. Starts the sprint 2nd, finishes 2nd. Starts the main race 2nd, finishes at 3rd. 9 out of 10 for Charles. Rather consistent as well, and constantly in the top 3. And this week, Charles beat Carlos as well. So 9 for Charles. Now Sergio Perez is the next one to be rated. Starts the sprint 3rd, finishes in the same position. Starts the main race 4th, finishes in the same position as well. 8 out of 10. Red Bull is the fastest car. He should be 2nd or at least 3rd this race, behind Verstappen or something. And finally, we have the reigning world champion Verstappen himself. Starts first, finishes first, first, finishes 2nd. 9.5 out of 10. I can't give him a 10 this time because he did win the race. I know he did have damage, but first in everything outside the main race. But he did seem quite happy for Lando though. And he couldn't catch him after the safety car restart. So everything contributes to his grade of 9.5. Oh yeah, and did I mention his mistake in the race as well? Anyway, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.